I know hope changes everything. I am 19 years old, I work full-time, I've completed my GED, and I am starting my college classes at Evergreen in January. And I am now off probation after 5 long years. I completed the Fly Law program and 2 years of the leadership program. Now I've come back to volunteer on the Fly Speech Committee because I love public speaking. I am also a representative on OYP, which stands for Opportunity Youth Partnership, where we raise awareness in our community about the needs of our youth. I am positive about my future, and I want to continue doing good so I can set an example for others. Although, there was a long time where I thought none of this would be possible. I grew up in a neighborhood that was always in the newspapers. In one article, they said it was a place you went to only because you had to. A block and a half of nearly constant gangbanging, drug trafficking, prostitution, and street violence. This is what I witnessed for the first 10 years of my life. This was my home. The city tried to beautify my neighborhood by pouring a ton of money into it, but that only took care of the way it looked, not the way it felt. When I look back, I don't remember anything about my 10th birthday, but I can clearly remember my family talk about a boy who was shot to death just around the corner. They say he wasn't a bad kid. I think he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. My parents told me they wanted to move, but I didn't want to leave. Even though this neighborhood was terrible and dangerous, it was all I knew. But we ended up moving when I was about 11. Everyone I knew was left behind. At my new school, I tried talking to people to make some new friends, but it didn't work. I'd sit in the cafeteria every single day by myself. No one even bothered to talk to me, or even ask me my name. I was never able to really talk with my family either. So when I go home, I would just close my bedroom door on the verge of tears. I began to wonder, do I even want to live anymore? I was alone. By the time I was 13, I was using drugs constantly to cope. I started hanging out with friends from my old neighborhood. I decided to become more involved in gangs. I was skipping school a lot and doing things I'm not proud of. By the time I was 15, I was arrested multiple times, put on probation, sent to juvenile hall, put on house arrest, and sent to a probation school for a year and a half. From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., I went to this probation school, and afterwards, I had to go straight home because I was on house arrest. This didn't change anything though. I'd still hang out on the streets anyways. The people and the gangs I hung out with, I had a false sense of family with these people. I thought they were my friends. The night before I first found out about Fly, I actually thought I was gonna die. I was hanging on a corner with 2 of my friends in the old neighborhood that I lived at. A truck pulls up, and instantly we knew what was happening. We started walking fast. We were gonna get shot. I could feel my heartbeat and nothing else. It was complete silence. The only thing that came between me and getting shot was a random family that just happened to pass by. When the family passed by, the truck just drove away. I realized I was living like this every single day. This was my reality. I was getting deep. I asked myself, is this a direction I really want to go in? The next day, when I went to school, I acted as if it was any other day. They told me I had to go to the Fly Law class. Now, I thought this was just another program I had to get through, but the facilitators were actually really cool. They taught me about my rights as a teen on probation, how to prepare for my court dates, how to talk with my probation officer, and how to interact with the police. One of my friends even recommended the leadership program. I wasn't sure though about the program. When I got invited to go to the pre-leadership retreat, I was still really skeptical. I figured if they rang the doorbell, I just wouldn't answer it. But at 6 a.m., there was a knock on the door to go to the retreat. And after a long pause, I decided to go. For the first 2 days, I was asking myself, did I make the right choice coming here? That all changed though the night of the bonfire. 40 of us sat around a campfire at night. The staff asked us, what are our hopes, fears, and greatest regrets in life? I wasn't sure how to answer. But then one youth got up and was completely honest about who he is as a person and what he's been through. I wasn't the only one crying. But I wasn't crying because of what he said, but because for the first time, I felt like I wasn't alone. I've never experienced something like this in my life before, and it's something I will never forget. After the retreat ended, I met with my case manager, Jeff Batista, for the first time. We met in a sandwich shop to do some paperwork, but instead, we just talked for 3 hours. I don't think I've ever talked with anyone that long in my life. I really connected with my case manager, Jeff, and after that, he was always there to help me. He helped me find a job, he helped me with school, helps me with my family, and always stops by as a friend just to make sure I'm okay. Everyone started noticing a change in me. I started doing well on probation and started going to school every single day. After 5 long years, I am finally off probation. Today, I am trying to absorb 200% of what goes on around me. I want to keep learning. I want to keep working to support myself and my family. I want to keep making a change. I plan to graduate from college and earn my master's degree in counseling psychology. I see myself in the future as a leader and setting an example for my community. I want to make a difference. Even though I'm standing up here by myself, I know I am not alone because there are hundreds of other youth out there just like me. I am thankful that Fly saw me for who I am and what I can do. I am still struggling with some of life's challenges, but I have hope, and hope changes everything. I know anything is possible because I've done it before. My name is Tony Aguilar. Thank you for listening.